Hey Virgo, welcome back. Welcome back. We're going to take a look at your love messages here. See what you have coming up for you. Personal reading link is in the description box below this video. And please do put a like and subscribe on the channel if you enjoy my readings for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Okay. All right. You've got justice, Virgo. Okay. Somebody is seeking truth in a situation, okay? Fairness. And somebody's ready to fight for what is right. This is Libran energy here. I feel like there's some type of truth that's going to be coming out very soon. A decision, a verdict is going to need to be made. Okay, there is a solution that somebody is seeking to resolve some difficult situations. Somebody feels like something has been unjust and something has not been fair. And I feel like there's a desire to come to a resolution and figure something out here and to get at the truth of the matter. Why something happened, why something didn't happen, what was the cause, and how it had produced some type of an effect. All right, let's take a look here. Temperance in the reverse, Virgo. There's this disruptive energy. Somebody feels extremely out of control. And they're trying to right what is not right, okay? So when I say somebody, Virgo, this could be you or it could be another person, a partner, a romantic partner. But there is a lack of stability here. There's no moderation. There's impulsive behavior. And there's a need to set a record straight. And that's Sagittarius right there. So someone here is feeling a need to right some type of chaotic energy, okay? Somebody's acting out of control. And there might be this need to find out why. Judge and jury. Why is someone acting so unstable? Why is someone so disruptive, impulsive? Why is someone's behavior so out of control? Getting to the truth of the matter. Yeah, I feel like someone is seeking stability in a relationship. So the overall message I'm getting here is that there is some kind of a relationship that you have with someone or someone has with you. And the relationship itself is chaotic. It feels chaotic. It feels impulsive. It feels out of control. It feels like it's difficult to try to understand. There's so much uncertainty in a relationship here. And there's a need to right what is wrong about this relationship. Now, this could be you, like I said, or it could be another person, but this overall energy is trying to gain footing, stabilization in some uncertainty, trying to right something. All right, there might be family trouble. There's conflicts. There's someone feels a sense of loneliness. And doesn't understand why. And I feel like they might even be taking it, or someone is taking this instability in front of others and saying, help me sort this out. Help me sort this out. Because someone doesn't understand what's going on here. maybe even allowing other people to kind of get involved in the situation and say, do you see what I see? Are you seeing this, or is it just me? Trying to find the truth. Like, what is going on here? What is this chaotic energy, this disruptive energy, this excess, this lack of stability or control in this relationship? And why does this keep happening? What is the truth, damn it? What is the truth? Okay, there's the Three of Swords. It's a heartbreaking situation. Is someone cheating? Is there like a divorce? It could be like a court thing going on here. All right, there's a heartbreak. Someone's feeling heartbroken and just wants stability, consistency. It feels painful. This person's suffering. Someone. But the person in the card here, someone is suffering. It's causing this inconsistency, this chaotic energy, this impulsive energy is doing a tremendous amount of damage to somebody's heart. It could be a relationship that could be very unstable. And behaviors and actions or lack of actions and some type of connection is causing this great instability here. And I feel like, to be fair, because we do have justice here, it's on both ends. Maybe two people mirroring each other or acting out or bumping off of one another. Action and reaction. Or reacting to each other, right? I feel like there might be a breakup that's already occurred, or it's coming to that. Somebody might not want to split up or break up. Trying to seek the truth and get on like a stable footing before it gets to that point, before all is lost here. Before there's this cutoff, complete ending, complete cutoff. There you go, Eight of Cups. This withdrawal, complete withdrawal, moving on and abandoning. Someone's at the edge here. And it's pretty much like, if this doesn't get sorted out or come to some kind of understanding or some truth comes out about what's going on here, and all the facts and the evidence are produced properly, if this doesn't get resolved, somebody's just quitting, walking away, moving on, and abandoning ship. For good. If the Eight of Cups was in reverse, I'd be more inclined to say temporarily. But this feels like, no. Just leaving it all behind. Emotionally withdrawing. Emotionally moving on, even, where there's no feelings left. There's nothing left to salvage. But someone here is willing to figure it out first, to try to understand first why, to try to bring balance and harmony back into this relationship. Somebody here is working really hard to do that. Or two people are. It's on the end. It's like close to the end. Someone's already got their foot out the door, but they're looking back and like, I'm going to need the truth before I completely leave, before I'm gone. This is it. And that's fair. That's fair. The worst thing, I guess, for someone here would be to walk away and never know the truth. Unfortunately, that does happen. But I feel like someone here is like not willing to walk away until they get the answers that they need. So they can come to understand, so they can have something to accept. Three of Cups. You know, this is friendship. This is a circle of support. Remember I said there's this energy where somebody wants to maybe connect with other people or try to get other people in on this. It's not just a two-person deal. This feels like someone is seeking outside support to try to come to understand what the heck somebody's saying to themselves here. Is it me or is it them? Talking to friends, trying to come to terms, or just maybe a supportive community. I don't know, somebody's seeking an answer. Someone is seeking an answer. They need to have an answer. Somebody needs to have an answer. Ace of Cups in the reverse. Why? Here you go. Why this disappointment? Why someone feels so much disappointment? Why the love is being delayed? Why? Someone wants to know, I'm hearing, why they're always feeling disappointed and let down by another person. Why do you keep letting me down? Why there is no consistency? Why there's no follow through? Why you are so impulsive? There's a lot of whys here. Seeking truth and justice. And it's also about a decision here. Somebody's trying to make a decision on what to do. Not fully ready to leave, but like on the last straw. This is what I feel like, it's the last straw. There's a little bit of sadness here as well, because I feel like someone might feel like, this probably is going to be it. Someone feels like they may not ever get the truth of what's going on. I don't know, someone's seeking a diagnosis. They're seeking to find out if there was a third party, if there was infidelity, a whole host of things. And it brings confusion, especially if another person is denying what their partner is seeing. It causes a lot of confusion. Yeah, so that Ace of Cups in the reverse is also a sign of someone saying, I'm not moving forward until I know exactly what's going on here. Until I get the truth, judge and jury. You know what I'm saying? Seeking justice. Ten of Wands. Oh, what a burden. This is a real burden. But then, again, look at this, is packing the bags and leaving physically. And I feel like someone's like got their bags packed at the door. The emotional walking away is just one part of it. But the physically leaving, that's pretty profound, and it's provocative. Ten of Wands is like someone is just so exhausted from something here. There's stress. It's a lot of burden to carry. A lot of baggage to carry. Just want the truth. Just tell the truth. You can't handle the truth. No. People can handle the truth. Just tell me straight. That's what I'm hearing. Just give it to me straight. Why isn't someone telling the truth to another person? Why? Hierophant. Oh, man. Both marriage cards, both commitment cards. Someone's not telling the truth to another person because they know if they think, let me put it that way. They think that if they come out and tell the truth, whoever it is, that They will break up the structure of the relationship, although the structure feels weak. Do you know what I'm saying? The structure feels very weak. Will disrupt the family, will disrupt any kind of reunion or coming back home, will disrupt the path. But at the same time, someone here doesn't realize that not telling the truth and hiding things is actually what's disrupting everything. Lies, okay, lies, not coming forward. Obviously, if somebody's seeking truth and justice, it's because somebody else is not. They're omitting, maybe. They might be telling outright lies, but they could also just be holding back truths. So I feel like whoever this person is does not want to leave the structure of the relationship. They want to keep it. They want to hold on. Somebody wants to hold on to the relationship, but they're trying to keep it afloat so it doesn't fully sink. But it's sinking. It's sinking. The ship is sinking. Somebody wants to be free. Oh, gosh. Somebody wants to be free to do as they please within the confines of the structure of the relationship. So it's a little bit like playing a board game. There's rules to the game. But somebody is breaking the rules within the game. So instead of rolling the dice, moving the piece properly and in formation and by the rules of the game, playing the rules of the game, I'm hearing the game Risk. Battleship. There's a battle. There's a competition to win. And someone doesn't feel that if they play by the rules, they're going to win. They need to break the rules and rebel a little bit and go off the beaten path here. All the while making it seem like they're playing by the rules. Now, there's a little bit of disconnect here. And that's why there's someone else here who's trying to seek the truth. Somebody might be saying, I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do in the confines of this relationship. But another person is saying, well, actually, no, you're not. You're really not. You're acting like you are, but you're really not. You're not really playing by the rules. As a matter of fact, you're recreating your own rules in the game. And so when I say game, I'm using the relationship. Somebody's trying to win. It's a little bit of a terrorist kind of thing. Somebody's being like a terror. They're being a terror. Or they're coming across as someone who expects another person to play by the rules, but they don't have to. They have an expectation that another person should conform. It's a little bit of a hierarchy thing going on here. So it's a little imbalanced. Like I said, that might be what the temperance in reverse is. That might be what this imbalance is. Someone is do as I say, not as I do. Someone is taking a position in the relationship where they can do whatever they want while they're in the relationship, but the other person needs to not be doing that. They have to follow the rules. They have to play by the rules. It's not a fair setup. Yeah, it's definitely in the confines of a love relationship for sure. I don't know, you guys. I kind of feel like I get a sense that these two people here are making this decision to be together. No matter what, I feel like you and another person here have made the decision to partner up, or are making it, or will be making it. But there's just this competition, I feel, of this trying to get the needs met. I'm hearing rebelliousness. I'm hearing the word rebelliousness. Someone is rebelling, but acting as if they're not. I'm hearing a lot of communication on the surface of promises, love promises. I'll do better. I'll make things work. I'll conform. We're going to do this. It's almost as if when there's trouble in this relationship or some type of argument or something, then there's a kiss and make up. And then everyone, or both people, just never resolve the problem. They just want to get back to the loving portion of the relationship and everything be good and happy and skittles and rainbows. But then the issue keeps arising. It comes back, it surfaces its head again. Someone's trying to forge a new path in the relationship. But then everything, the issues that don't get resolved, they get buried. And we bury them, and we're happy, and everything's good for the time being. And then the issue starts up again. Here you go, the Knight of Swords. This assertive energy comes back out. Somebody then takes, so it's almost as if when the issue gets brought up, another person says, hey babe, we're a partnership, we're together, we're equals, we'll work through it. And then it never gets worked through, but it kind of glosses over with I love yous, everything's okay, everything's fine. And then everybody's happy, or the two people. And then it looks like whoever is the one that's making these declarations, or maybe these love bombing declarations, then takes their will back. And it goes right back to where it is. And so there's a little bit of, well, 1 minute it's one way, the next minute it's another way. And it's like, whoa, okay, Jekyll and Hyde? Who is this person I'm dealing with? And who are they going to be tomorrow? Like this two, it's a little bit of a split. This split thing going on here. And that is why there's an imbalance. That is why someone here is seeking the truth. And the truth is, and this is just coming to me right now, the truth is that someone here is two different people in one. Someone here has conflicting, I don't know if it's a personality. They present as one way, and then later they present as another way. And it's like, okay, who's walking in the door today? Which one? Who's walking in the door today? Is it Jekyll or is it Hyde? A lot of confusion. A lot of confusion. And that's the reason for this seeking truth and trying to understand what in the heck is going on. What is going on? What am I dealing with here? That's what I'm hearing. What am I dealing with here? I feel like that's what the message is. You're dealing with someone who is, I don't know if there's a word for this, but they are kind of two people in one. Oh, Five of Pentacles. It's causing someone a lot of physical illness, worry, isolation. There might even be some financial loss involved in this. But it's causing someone here despair. Someone feels trapped. But the good news here is that there's a key. And there's a keyhole. There's an ability to take the key, unlock this door, and get out of this. But like I said in the beginning of this reading, someone's not fully ready. They're at the door. The bags are there, ready to go. But they're not fully ready to unlock the door and walk out full. They're trying to make sense. Someone is trying to make sense of what in Jesus' sandals is happening here. What is happening here? Interesting. Look. You see this? You've got two different people. Look at the face. Two very different people on either side of truth here. And these are not even the same faces. There's a split. Someone shows up one way, and then within minutes or hours or a day, now they're a completely different person. The projected image, perhaps. Oh, it feels like a lot of confusion. There's a Chariot. Oh, boy. And Tower. Oh, my gosh. The major arcanas showing up in this reading are incredible. I just heard someone comes to the rescue when the other person is falling apart. This might be part of the dynamic of this relationship. Someone rushes to another person's side when they're falling apart. Someone here in this relationship has chaos in their life. They create or they enjoy upheaval in a relationship, and another person who's attached has a lot of empathy and care and rushes to their side to help them make change. This is like, for me, it feels like victim rescuer. I'm seeing destruction. I'm seeing a towering inferno. It's like a 9/11 situation. It's like chaos. The building's on fire, and here comes all the fire trucks and ambulances and, rescue. And whoever the person is, either they're an arsonist, they're setting their own damn fires, hoping someone will come in and rescue them. Or somehow they keep magically winding up in these very chaotic situations. Somebody might be saying, why does this keep happening? Do you attract chaos and drama? Somebody might be saying to themselves, how is this even possible that everywhere you go there's chaos and disruptive energy and upheaval or violence? Like, how is it following you around? But there might be a little bit of like, wait a minute. There might be something here that's being missed. It might be possible that somebody is starting these small fires. And why? Right? Why? They need a rescue. And as soon as they get the rescue, they either, one, say, no, I'm fine. I can do it myself. They call the fire department. My home is on fire, and this is just figuratively. My home is on fire. I need you to come get this fire out. I can't do it myself. The fire truck shows up. The firefighters come out, and the person comes out and says, no, it's fine. I got it. It's like, love me, but help me, love me. But then when you do, I feel weak and vulnerable, and I can't feel that way. I need to show you that I'm strong, and I don't need you to love me. It's what the hell's going on here? But I feel like someone's kind of like, whoa, wait just a minute. There's no way. Like, someone's either attracted to the chaos or they're creating it, to the upheaval, the drama. And someone's like, I think I'm understanding. I think I'm beginning to understand in my search for the truth what is going on here. Oh yeah. This has nothing to do with anything other than this is what another person's dealing with, this type of behavior. And it's a little bit of awakening happening here. The star in reverse. Somebody's like, there's no hope. There's no hope for this. This person is beyond able or capable to have this consistency or this vulnerability. It's almost depressing. This person has an illness that needs or requires outsourcing that a love partner cannot fully administer. Now, I don't see hate. I don't see anger. I see assertiveness in trying to get to the truth. But I do see a reckoning here. And I see clarity starting to come bit by bit of what's going on here. And this is a little bit of like, wow. There's a lack of empathy that's related to this illness. It could be some mental illness. And part of that mental illness is somebody shows up in a split type of a persona when they feel they're being ignored. They come across as very arrogant. And that's when someone will see that person acting out, is when this person who's suffering from this issue, it shows up mostly when they feel they're being ignored, and then they act out. And it's like, what the heck? Because they feel like when they're getting a lot of attention, they feel fulfilled. They feel wonderful. They feel admired. They feel loved. They feel all attention is on them. They feel hopeful. But then the minute there is, whether it's intentional ignoring or somebody's just taking some space for themselves, which everyone has that right to do, they personalize it, and then they start acting out with this competitive behavior, with this temper tantrum, stomping their foot, maybe going off into other relationships as a little bit of, I'll show you. There's a Five of Swords. Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, that's the result. Turns into a very abusive relationship. abusive turns into this cutting off energy, turns into this a bullying situation. And what happens? Then there's this stuck energy, 2 of Wands reversed. Then it's this struggling happens, this inability to commit, this plans fall apart, the relationship starts falling apart, there's problems moving forward, and someone can't figure out what to do or why, but it's because they don't know why. And that's what this is what's coming to light here. So there's communication that comes, an apology. But I feel like when someone comes in to apologize for acting out or their reaction to not getting what they want, the other person receives the apology because it's like, oh, I'll never do that again, or I promise I'll do this. It's some type of a communication that comes through. And it may already be coming through, and for some of you, it will be coming through. And vice versa. But the other person, the person who's receiving this apology is kind of like, yeah, when pigs fly. I feel like someone is saying, you know what's consistent about this relationship? The inconsistency. Someone says that they can count on another person to disappoint them. They can count on another person to make them happy and then disappoint them and then show happiness and joy. And then it's up and down, up and down, up and down. Being let down, being lifted up, being let down, being lifted up. So, it's mostly what I feel like is going on here. It's really about trying to understand what they're dealing with here. And that's why there's this, because this is the final countdown before the rocket takes off and doesn't come back. It's not coming back and getting into, Elon Musk's, I forget what he calls that thing, those arms that capture the booster. I don't feel like there's going to be a return, because I feel like someone here is going to come to terms with this is out of their hands. There might be a conversation that comes up where someone says they need to get into the light. This is too much darkness. And they're hitting rock bottom now. And there might be this conversation where someone communicates and says, can't do it anymore. It doesn't tell the other person what to do or how to solve their problems. It's just, I feel like the joy comes after putting some kind of relationship here to bed once and for all. Now, Virgo, I just want to tell you, this is not, if you're resonating with this and this feels like, oh, this is me and my person's going to leave me, and this is all of the things that you may feel like you're doing in this relationship, listen, all is not lost. If you're resonating with this, I want you to know that this doesn't necessarily mean that someone's disordered. These could be trauma things, and trauma can be healed. And it's just a reading for guidance, okay? In other words, it doesn't mean that two people who love each other are going to be done forever. It just means that one or two people here have just had enough. That's all. It just means it's too much. And it's taking, when the ship sinks, if someone doesn't jump ship, they're going down with the ship. There's only two options: sink or swim. So I feel like there's a tremendous amount of coming to terms with. It's not about unloving someone. It's not about hating someone. It's about loving the self. And having compassion for the self. Okay? And also hoping for the best for others, okay? Or the other person. But I feel like someone here is like it's a sink or swim thing, but they're not fully ready to come to terms in the beginning with walking away because they're not sure what's going on, right? Could be you. You could be like, I just not ready to fully walk away or cut the relationship, sever the relationship because not sure 100% what's going on. But I feel like you're getting some clarity here. And instead of trying to dig too deep, I feel like maybe it's a matter of just taking it for what it is. It's really important to remember. Well, I don't know if it's important to remember or not, but there's a saying that says, don't focus too much on how much you love another person. Instead, focus more on how that person was loving you. Don't focus so much on how you feel about them. Focus more on how they're treating you and how they're feeling about, you know what I mean? That's what's really important here. How you are being handled. How are you being respected? Are you being treated well? That's what's important. That's what's important to everybody. Because if someone's not treating you well, but you're focusing more on how much you love them, you're going to continuously treat them well when they're treating you bad. So you have to, I know it sounds selfish, but, we're not Jesus, Love thy neighbor, but keep them fences up. You have to. Good fences make good neighbors. You got to have some boundaries. And it doesn't matter what someone is suffering from. Everybody's got something, right? And everybody's got their past and their traumas and their reasons. But it doesn't mean that you have to you're not obligated unless you made some vows, but it really just depends. You have to make your decision on what you want. I feel like with the Justice card here, whether it's both of you bouncing off of each other, this energy, or it's one of you, at some point, it's going to it's just not healthy. It's got to, somebody has to draw a line in the sand. That's what I'm saying. There's the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups, okay? So I will say that I feel like what's going on here is there's a lot of deception when it comes to love bombing, charming. There's a charm. Somebody has a charm about them. But with the Seven of Swords and the Knight of Cups, this is like a charming, it's a pulling, it's a baiting, and then it's a going, it's a leaving, it's a bait and switch. This is a bait and switch. This is a bait and switch situation. It's a mouse going in for the cheese, thinking everything's just fine, and then snap of the trap. Now, I don't know if I'm clarifying something that you're already feeling, or you're like, what? There's a bait and switch happening. There's I love you, I'm all over you, I want you, flowers, romance, charm. You're the best thing that's ever happened to me since sliced bread. And then there's a running away. This is the running, the runner, the avoidance. And this is Knight of Cups is very surface emotions. It's not deep. It wants to be deep, but there's someone who someone here who just, I don't even have words. Spirit's like, doesn't have words. There's, maybe I'm running out of words. So, let me just say, too, that this could be related to a family member, a romantic partner, a friend. Yeah, it feels like, I don't know, Virgo. I don't know. Like, I feel like you're coming up to something this month for sure. Coming to some kind, and with that Mercury retrograde, things do start coming, the past starts coming back up at times. There's communication issues. There may be some difficulty. The synapses, things aren't clicking. Things are starting to click, or there's like, oh, something's off. Like the car ignition's not the radio in the car is glitching. There's glitches. There's a lot of glitchy energy. And somebody's trying to make sense of the glitching. All right, you got soul family. Virgo, you need to find your soul family at this time. Your soul connections. People that feel familiar to you, feel safe and trusted when you meet them. And you're being asked to send out your intention to connect with your soul family, those people, and see who comes your way. I feel like you're going to need it at this time. I do feel like there's confusion on both ends of this relationship. I feel like there's a need to seek strength, to be strong. And love redefined. So Cupid's going to enter your heart, Virgo, and awaken you to love and romance, but I feel like at some point on a different level. There's a new, I feel like you're going to find a newfound love for yourself because of some realizations that come here to you, which will create a new chapter to cultivate healthy relationships. So even you, Virgo, if this is you and you're like, man, this is me, I'm Jekyll and Hyde, it's menopause, or I'm just going through something, it's a midlife crisis, whatever, recognize it, sit with it, and say to yourself, hey, man, yeah, this is me. I've had a lot of trauma, or I'm reacting to past traumas, or I've got something going on and I need to get some help for it. And it's about healing. Everybody can heal. But that relationship with yourself needs to be first. And especially the compassion for yourself. Okay. Past life karma cycle. There you go. There is a past life intense energy in this connection related to two people and or the situation. And there's a need here to clear the past life karma and see the bigger picture of the situation by viewing it from a lesson perspective and take ownership. Both parties need to take ownership for their part, and forgiveness are key in releasing this past karma. That's why I said that I didn't see any anger or hatred towards someone else. It's kind of like when you don't understand, ignorance breeds hatred and anger. But when you come to an understanding of what's going on here, then compassion kind of comes in, not just for the other person, sometimes not at all, but definitely for the self. And, if there's someone, if a person is suffering from some kind of, like I said, maybe mental illness or emotional trauma or things like that, if you feel anger or another person, everybody's got the right? It's an emotion. Feel it. It's okay. Don't take it out on anybody else, but it's okay to feel it. But sort through it. This cycle is coming to an end. And the cycle, I feel like, comes to a place of understanding and perceiving things differently. Like I said, does that mean that two people here can't heal and recover and get to a higher vibration. No, it doesn't mean that that can't happen at all, but it's the step of discovery right now. Like, what the hell's going on? That's what I feel. The question is like, during this retrograde, what the heck is going on? And that's what I feel like is going on. There's some kind of distortion. All right, let's get some Chinese signs and see. Chinese signs, Virgo, and or the person that they're dealing with here. Heel. All right. Year of the pig. Year of the rabbit. Year of the goat. Year of the dog. Year of the tiger. The rooster. The dragon. And the monkey. Okay? Wow, Virgo. I feel like this reading was a bit intense. All right, so who's showing up on the board? Virgo, Gemini, Taurus, Capricorn. Significant signs in this reading. Okay. So we have August 26th, 27th, 25th, and the 28th. September 1st, September 2nd, September 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 17th, 18th, the 12th, the 19th, the 14th, August 29th. Did I say that? I can't remember. 1971, 1978, 1972, 1979, 1975. Someone is... we have ages. Ages are year of birth. 51, 52, 57, 58, 59, 87, 77, 78, 82, 81. Okay. Let's get some initials. Okay, we have X. Somebody might use X or post on X. We have the letter S, or someone's name starts with X. The letter V. We have a G, L, P, letter Z, T, J, U. Okay, first, middle, last initials. Justin, Julia, Justice. Oh, Justice is huge. Okay, am I picking up anything else here? XLP. What does XLP mean? They just said XLP. Isn't that like a computer thing or something? XLP. Someone is vegan. And there's someone seeking a part-time job, or there's something about a part-time job, part-time work. Or physical therapy. I'm hearing physical therapy. Okay. LP, like licensed practitioner. A licensed practitioner, okay. Sugar, I just heard. Sugar. I'm hearing sugar. Maybe somebody calls people sugar, like, hey, sugar. Sugar. Okay. All right, let's get some charms and see. Virgo's charm. All right, you've got a green leaf. So there's turning a new leaf, they just said. Somebody's turning a new leaf. Wow, that's amazing. Some of you might start seeing the leaves, buds. Spring is coming. A new season is beginning. You also have some cherries here, okay? Somebody's nickname could be Cherry, or someone's just, life's a bowl of cherries, isn't it? Cherries here. Something about cherries. That's like the, I don't know. I'm just seeing like cherry fresh air freshener for a car. I just saw like cherries. You know how like people used to have, I don't know if they still do, dice hanging from the rear view. I'm seeing cherries. Oh, there's cherries hanging from a rear view mirror in somebody's car. Oh, cherries. Okay. That's very specific. Even cherries with a leaf. Oh, it's very specific. So that might not be for you, Virgo. It might be. If that resonates for you, oh, this is so very much your reading. All right, Virgo. So as you can see, this was an hour long. And the reason why, well, close to an hour, is because I bought a new office chair that I can actually sit in for a great length of time. My other chair was hurting my back, and I could not, like, even sitting for the 30 minutes. So readings are going to be back to being longer, okay? So if you're here for the hour, if you can do it, that's great when it premieres. If not, you can listen to it when you go to sleep at night. Just put your phone down right there on your bed nightstand and drift off to a little spiritual healing, right? Can't hurt. Or you can listen to it in your car when you're driving. But if you can stay with me for the full hour, that's great. But I understand not everybody can. But that's it. So again, if you want to get a personal reading, there's a link in the description box below. Definitely click on the link. Yeah, I'm going to leave that there. I'll see you all back here tomorrow. Bye.
Clear my